If I take out all the blood from your body and replace it with someone else's blood, what will happen? Blood looks like blood, right? The same red color, the same liquid texture, the same iron smell. But if that blood doesn't match your blood type, a world war will start inside your body. Within minutes, your body will attack that new blood and your kidneys will fail.
The lungs will collapse and your death will be very painful. Why?
Why has nature made us humans so different on the inside? We are taught from childhood that blood type is just a medical category A, B, AB, and O, so that doctors in hospitals know which blood to transfuse. But this is not true. Dento natin besen soliki pork. This is just the end of the story. The real story begins thousands of years ago. Your blood group is not a random lottery ticket. It is a survival map given by your ancestors. It is a code that tells how your ancestors defeated the most dangerous diseases in history, like plague, smallpox, malaria, what they ate, where they lived, whether they were hunters or farmers. Every drop of blood running through your veins hides an evolutionary trade-off. Some blood types are made to fight dementia and Alzheimer's. Some blood types are prone to heart attacks. Some have the strength to fight cancer, while others become weak in the face of stomach ulcers. Today we will decode that part of your DNA which you carry every day and about which you might not know that your blood type is actually a superpower or a curse. O positive. Almost 40% of the world's population is O positive, and the reason for this is not a coincidence. Scientists believe that type O is humanity's default code. It is the ancestral blood that developed when humans had not yet established civilization.
This is the blood of hunter-gatherers.
Those people who did not farm but hunted to fill their stomachs, and their survival depended on physical strength, aggression, and a high-protein meat diet. If you are O positive, then that hunter instinct is still biologically alive in you. The biggest advantage of this ancient blood is neurological armor. Studies show that people with O blood type have a natural shield against mental illnesses. Diseases like cognitive decline, dementia, and Alzheimer's, which destroy the brain in old age, have a significantly lower risk in O-type individuals. Your brain structure is optimized for survival. The second major strength is heart health. Evolution has kept O-type blood slightly thinner. It has fewer clotting factors, and the advantage of this is that in your veins, no blood flows very smoothly, which dramatically reduces the chance of blood clots and the risk of dying from a heart attack. Your system was designed for intense physical activity, but as I said, every power has a price. Because your ancestors were meat eaters, they needed strong stomach acid to digest bacteria and raw meat. In today's modern times, that high acid has become a problem for you. The stomach lining of O-type individuals is sensitive. It becomes a playground for a bacteria called Helicobacter pylori, and this is why O-positive people have the most problems with stomach ulcers and acidity. And there is another risk because your blood is thin. So if there is ever a major accident or major surgery, stopping the bleeding for O-type people becomes the most difficult challenge for doctors. In ancient times, O-type hunters would die from continuous bleeding from a small wound. So, O-positive is a survival blood type with a strong brain and strong heart, but it also has issues with stomach, gut, and bleeding. Now let's move to the world's second largest group, O-positive, which is about 30%. If O-type was a hunter, then A-type is a farmer. This blood type emerged when the agricultural revolution began and humans stopped roaming and started establishing settlements. We reduced meat consumption and started eating grains, carbs, and to process this new lifestyle and diet, human DNA mutated and type A was born. When humans settled in cities, they began living close together. The crowd increased, and with the crowd came diseases, infections, plague, cholera. The biggest superpower of type A is its disease shield. Studies suggest that throughout history, during major pandemics, the immune system of type A individuals responds better to diseases of civilization, and your body is biologically trained to fight infections. But there was also a side effect of living in cities: stress. Type A individuals have a chemical wiring in their bodies that sets them apart from others. You are naturally high cortisol producers, and cortisol means stress hormone. From an evolutionary point of view, type A people always had to stay alert because they lived in crowds. But in today's world, traffic jams, office work, deadlines, exams, all these small things suppress the immune system of type A. Where a type O person might handle stress, stress can make a type A person sick. And the other risk is clotting, exactly the opposite of O.
Type A blood is thick and sticky.
Today, when we do less physical work and sit around, that sticky blood starts to accumulate in the veins, and that's why type A individuals statistically have a higher risk of heart disease and stroke. You are a builder. You have created civilization. Now let's move to a group that is a bit rare but considered the toughest, B positive, approximately 10%. They are called the nomads. This blood type developed in people who traveled in harsh climates like the Himalayan mountains or the cold plains of Central Asia, and their lifestyle was neither entirely that of hunters nor entirely that of farmers. Their diet was based on fermented dairy, milk, yogurt, cheese, and meat. People with blood type B have a metabolism engine, and where other blood types in the world struggle to digest dairy and fat, those with blood type B use it as fuel, but their real strength is their specialist immunity. B type has shown the strongest resistance against the most unique bacteria and viruses in history, and their immune system is very aggressive, so they do not fall ill easily, and if they do, they recover quickly. But here, the aggressive immune system sometimes becomes an enemy, because your defense system is so strong and reactive that sometimes in confusion it attacks your own body. That's why B types are at the highest risk for autoimmune diseases like lupus, multiple sclerosis, and chronic fatigue. The second problem is the modern diet. The B-type system was made for slow-growing food, meat and dairy. And today's modern food, which is high in sugar, processed wheat and filled with preservatives, clashes with the B-type system. When a nomad eats modern junk food, their body becomes filled with inflammation. And now let's talk about the blood type that is the newest in evolutionary history, AB positive. It developed barely 1000 to 1200 years ago and was formed when the populations of ancient type A farmers and type B nomads began to mix. That's why it's called AB. It is a mixture of both. In the medical world, those with AB positive have been given a title, universal recipient. If you are AB positive, you are the safest person in the hospital because you can receive blood from anyone and your immune system is a friendly immune system. But there is a price for this friendliness because your body accepts both A and B antigens. Your immune system becomes more tolerant, and the downside is that your body can accept certain specific invaders from outside, like E. coli, Salmonella, and some others. The body cannot recognize infections in time and cannot attack them at the right time. Research suggests that in AB types later in life, the risk of memory loss and cognitive impairment is higher than all other types, and AB types need to be the most careful regarding brain health. So far we have talked about positive types, but what about those whose blood type is negative? O negative, A negative, B negative. The difference between positive and negative is just one protein called the Rh factor. This protein was first found in rhesus monkeys. If you are positive, then this protein is in your blood. It means your connection is to an ancient lineage. But if you are negative, nature has designed you without that protein, and in a way, you are biologically unique and negative. The universal donor, liquid gold. Among them, the most special, the most valuable is O negative, and less than 7% of people in the world are O negative. In the emergency room, it is called liquid gold. When a patient is dying and doctors don't have time to do a blood test, they transfuse O negative blood without hesitation because O negative has no antigens and no Rh factor. This blood does not react in anyone's body, and people with O negative are altruistic. The blood in their veins can save anyone's life, but for them it is a debt. And O negative can only receive blood from O negative. They have everything to give but almost nothing to take. Their life is always at risk. Reproductive risk. Another painful truth in the history of negative blood types. Mothers with negative blood types face many problems during pregnancy. If the mother is negative and the unborn child is positive, due to the father, the mother's immune system perceives the child as a virus and attacks it.
For thousands of years, many babies would die immediately after birth because of this.
Thankfully, today science has developed an injection for this, but evolution had made reproduction a battle for negative types. N negative and B negative are even rarer. N N negative less than 2% and B negative less than 1%. They have the same strengths of A and B that we discussed earlier, but their supply chain is very small, and if they need blood, finding a donor is like finding a needle in a haystack. Biological ghosts, and finally the world's rarest blood, AB negative, barely 0.5% of people. That is maybe 1 in 200 people. They are called biological ghosts, and their red blood cells cannot be given to anyone except AB types, and they cannot take from anyone except negative types, but their plasma is the universal plasma of the world and can be given to anyone. These people are both a mystery and a resource for medical science. So friends, whether you are O, A, B or AB, in the eyes of evolution, no blood type is best or worst, and every blood type is an adaptation that nature has made, sometimes to digest new foods, sometimes to protect against new diseases. Your blood is not just a medical report, it is evidence of the challenges your ancestors face so that you could be alive today. If you are O, you are a survivor. If A builder, if B, a nomad. So next time you visit the doctor or donate blood, remember you are carrying not just red liquid in your veins, but the greatest story of human history. If you liked this biological mystery, comment below with your blood type and whether you think these traits match you. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share it, especially with your O negative friends, as they need us less and we need them more. See you in the next video with another new mystery.